What's up, baby? This your boy Deontay Wilder, man. I wanna give a big shout out to all my fans at Chicken Talk. I love you guys so much, and look for the champ, baby. If y'all ain't been ready, you better get ready. You about to get ready. 2, 3, putting on our battle shoes and our helmet. Let's get it.
What up, though, Frank? You all right? You gotta press the microphone down low.
Yeah, I'm on here.
All right. Your second time. You the first return guest we done had on Chicken Talk. You good?
Yeah, man, I'm solid. How y'all doing, man? I know y'all staying warm.
You said what? Oh, hell yeah, I'm staying warm. I ain't left my ass. Been in this house. I heard you back in the D.
It's cold. It's cold out here, man. I'm in Michigan. It's cold out here.
Yeah, I heard you was out at Greenfield Plaza, spinning that fight check.
Nah, man, I'm chilling.
No, I'm just playing. Well, congratulations on your win.
Appreciate
now 17-0. Moved into the hottest contender in the lightweight division. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. A whole lot of people was doubting me, you know. A whole lot of people was doubting your boy.
Oh, we know. We talked about the fight. We had it. Most of us had it 50-50, some 55-45. I'm telling you, that was an impressive performance. We did not think that you would go in and beat him so easily the way you did. And I heard you talking about it. You said it was actually easier than the Jackson Moranes fight.
Yeah, I mean it was different, you know. It was easier, you know what I mean. But then again, too, it was different. I had time to train for dude. You know, Moranes, just how he got late notice. You know, I got late notice. You know, so it really wasn't a game plan with Moranes. We just kind of worked a few things, but we ain't had no camp to really train for him.
Yeah, I hear that.
We really couldn't like watch film or none of that, you know. Like we had the Rolly fight when he fought, but it wasn't too much, you know. Like it wasn't too much on him.
Yeah, and but you was able to make adjustments in that fight. Derrick James, Coach of the Year, ESPN's Coach of the Year. You talked to him about that? How did he feel about getting named Coach of the Year?
Man, he deserved it. He deserved it. He been putting in work for years. You know, right now he got Errol Spence, you know, Jermell, Charlo, and me. You know, he got 3 dogs on his hand, man. He deserved it.
Yeah, and that your victory really just stamped it, man. Like I said, a lot of us, we thought it was 50-50, maybe 45-55, one way or the other. But that was a dominant, impressive performance, man. Dominant. Congratulations on that. Anybody want to ask some questions? You hit the request button. You can come in and raise your hand. You could ask. But I saw you after the fight. You called out, excuse me, Tank. You looked at Riley and called him out. Who you looking? When you looking to get back in the ring, and who you want next?
Man, I'll probably get back in the ring in like probably like May or June, sometime like May or June. You know, that's probably when I'll be back in the ring. But man, like I say, you know, I know Tank got a schedule. He got his 2 fights, you know. But say if him and Ryan don't fight, that fight could fall through, you know, because I'm the mandatory, so that fight would be, you know, if him and Ryan don't fight, we could try to make that happen. Or Isaac Cruz or Rolly, any of those guys.
Yeah, that Isaac Cruz was a good fight. In fact, he needs to step it up and fight somebody. Because can't just be resting on that Tank loss, you know, which it seems like he's been doing. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that Isaac Cruz fight. That's one. Matter of fact, that's one we probably had to make a trip to. But go ahead, Corey.
Hey, what's going on, champ? Congratulations on the big win, man.
Appreciate you.
Man, my question is, I don't think all boxers have excuses, but old buddy came back talking about he was sick and overtrained. Do you kind of take stuff like that with a grain of salt, or do you kind of, is it offending that he don't want to give you your props straight out?
I mean, no, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. As fighters, you know, sometimes our bodies might not be working for us, you know. Some nights, you know, some nights you be on point. And you know, we really won't know really what he was feeling, if he was really off or if it was a hard weight cut, you know, but at the end of the day, if you're a dog, you're gonna figure it out no matter what.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Very true.
That's right there, overcoming adversity, you know, when it get hard. When I fought Moranes, I wasn't feeling it that night. I ain't have a good night.
feel that.
Hey Frank. So in that fight, like after every fight, we get on here and we discuss everything. So some people say in the third round is whenever they kind of were able to tell you're going to take this fight and run away with it. But to me, it was early in the second round where you kind of got real physical with him. You know what I'm saying? Did you do that purposely, or was that just something like y'all just got tangled up and you had to show him that you were the man in there? Because to me, that's kind of whenever I don't want to say he kind of gave way, but you could see that a lot of that dog that he had initially kind of wasn't there anymore.
It was kind of both, man, for real. Like in the press conference, he was like, dude was like he was gonna be he was gonna be stronger than me, faster than me, and all of that. So in the beginning of the fight, I kind of wanted to like let him know, like I'm here. I needed him to feel the strength. I needed him to feel the power in my punches. And I wanted to do it early.
All right, go ahead, Ayon, and then Jack.
Congratulations on the win, champ. When you come off a performance like that, like Trill was saying, we talk so much about the fights right after the fights, and we all got a pretty common consensus that it was pretty flawless, performance. Do you throw like film like that away, or do you kind of try to observe it to see what things you could clean up after performance?
Yeah, man, for sure. I didn't went back and watch the fight a few times. It was a lot. It was a few things that I know. Some mistakes that I was making. I mean, I gotta go back and fix. Because it could be somebody looking at that fight like, okay, we're gonna capitalize off this. I was assuming he was doing this. He was, this fight. So. It was some things in there that I was seeing that I was doing that it could be some openings that another fighter would be looking at, like, or they trainers would be looking at, like, if we fight this guy, if we fight him, we can this what he throw, or this and that. So just switching it up on him, fixing, tightening up a little more.
Excuse me. All right, go ahead, Jack. And Gritty, I got to step away from you. Go ahead, Jack. You got a lot of background noise. Jack.
You guys hear me?
You better, Jack?
I can't hear y'all.
I can't hear him either.
You there, Jack?
Yeah. You want a hamburger? Yeah,
Hey, Gritty.
All right, go ahead, Drew.
I'm just going to say it, Gritty. I don't know who waiting.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Hey, what's going on, Frank? Hey, good win last Saturday, man.
Right on, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, man. So I got two questions for you, Frank, man. Obviously for those of us that's like technical, that watch the sport from a technical aspect, I personally would say that this is the first time we really seen you put every single thing together, and it was very hard to critique your performance after, just from what you showed in the ring. What was different about this camp than other camps before? Because it seemed like you was just you was lights out this fight.
Man, really, it's like I always been the type. The better my opponents is, the better I like perform. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, man. It's just I just rise to the occasion. Like the better a guy is, I got to make sure I'm all the way on point. So I was doing a lot of different things, to be my best that night or whatever. I had a nutritionist. I was doing strength and conditioning. I did quite a few things, man, to make sure I was gonna be all the way on point for fight night.
For sure. And my second question is, and I'm from New Jersey, so I gotta ask this question. So we know when we look back in your story, I guess part of the reason that you was in Dallas, your cousin Jalen Smith, he was playing on the Cowboys, but now that he playing on the New York Football Giants, is you cheering for Big Blue or not?
Man, I'm cheering wherever he go. I'm rocking with.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. That I appreciate that. That's what I want to hear.
I'm rocking.
Thanks, champ.
All right, go ahead, Ari.
Hey, Frank, listen, man, I don't even have a question, but I just want to say congratulations to you, man. A great win. I'm Dominican, so I was rooting for my guy, Michel Rivera. I honestly thought he was going to beat you, but you came out on top, man. You look sharp, you look strong, you look fast. And I just want to say shout out to you, man. Shout out to your team. Much respect, man, and all love, man. That's all I got to say, man. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, go ahead, Jack. Then we got Lions fan.
Can you guys hear me now?
Jack, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we here. Go ahead.
All right. What's up, Frank? First of all, just thanks for joining us. Congrats on your performance last weekend. Your athleticism in boxing, along with your physical strength, seemed to be too much for Rivera from the opening bell. I know your coach Derrick James is big on strength and conditioning. How much of a focal point is that in your training, and how important do you feel strength and conditioning is for fighters?
I mean, I feel like it's important. You know what I mean? Just so you in there when you're in the ring, you physically strong, and then it's mental too. You know that strength conditioning ain't easy. You know, so I feel like it go hand in hand with the physical and the mental strength. You know, it give you that extra edge.
Without a doubt, thank you. And just one more question. What's it like being stablemate to two of the best pound for pound fighters in the sport right now?
Man, it keep me on point because they in the gym working. You know what I mean? Considering where they at in the sport, you know, they in the gym working like they, you know, trying to get to the top. You know, so seeing them work as much as they work, you know, it's motivating, man.
Without a doubt, thank you.
All right, go ahead, Lions fan.
Yo, solid. Appreciate you, Lefty, for this interview and whatnot. Frank, man, first and foremost, I know you done heard it ever since your fight night, but dog, you look extremely sharp. My, scorecard, I had you just whitewashed like every single round, like no joke. But you did a phenomenal job with that. Two questions. How long was you raised up in the three for?
Man, I was back and forth. I was in Detroit probably till I was about, I think like 8. I was like 8, then moved to Indiana, and then I came back like for 8th grade, 9th grade, in 10th grade. I had moved back, so I would always come out and visit and stuff before I moved back though.
Okay, all right. I was just saying I'm from Flint, but I just want to know, man, do you think you could ever in the future, do a venue in Michigan? Because Michigan, we ain't known to really have a lot of
Oh
big
yeah,
name
that's the
boxers
goal.
do it in Michigan. But man, I swear to God, man, I'd love to see you, in the D, potentially at the arena or anywhere.
Yeah, man, that's the goal. I'm a definitely bring a fight back home.
Solid, man. Appreciate you, man. Great work, man. I'm a most definitely, watch you in the future and whatnot. As I said, man, you phenomenal job in your last fight. Look forward to see you 2023, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, you got another question, Ari?
I do actually have a question now. So Tank Davis, obviously, he has he's got Hector Luis Garcia next in January, and if he wins that fight, then he has Ryan Garcia in the spring. So obviously, he's going to be busy for a little bit. Pitbull Cruz seems like he's going the IBF route. Besides those two guys, anybody else that you want to call out that you were willing to fight in the division?
Who
Any like
who
3 guys that you want to fight?
man, just whoever they send my way, man. Whoever they give to me.
All right, thank you.
Hey, yo, Frank. So I see after the fight, your boy Chris Colbert popped back out.
Man,
What you thinking about that Chris Colbert, man? Is
man,
that already gone or
man, Chris he missed his
that ship
opportunity,
sailed?
man. He missed his
So
opportunity,
that ship
man.
sailed.
I mean, it could still happen, you know what I mean? But like with something like that, man, I had been training for a while. You know, both of us, we knew we was fighting. We just ain't have an exact date, you know what I mean? But we knew what was up, so he didn't fall through on his end. You know, he wasn't being professional or whatever. So he ended up I guess his team called like he ain't ready. Like, come on, bro. You know we was supposed to fight. So it's like, be ready, be professional, be ready. You know, so I feel like going it, like say if I was going run it back, in the back of my head would be like, I wonder if dude gonna come up with another excuse, or is he gonna really fight? I ain't got time to be, I want to be locked in and know I got a for sure fight.
All right. And if
Right.
anybody got a question, you can DM me your question. I can answer it from there. So going for it was somebody out here after the. I want to clarify this. After the fight, they said when you called out Riley, you called out Tank, whatever they said, but he didn't call out Shakur. Just to go on the record, that's a fight you would be interested in too, also, right?
Yeah, man, I'm interested in all the fights at 135, man. If they make sense, I'm with it.
All right, I feel you. My bad. You know how people can misconstrue some things when they don't hear the things that they want to hear. You know what I mean? But what's good? You had a question for him, Barlow?
Yeah. Hey, amazing fight. It was really great. So, look, we all know there's a lot of politics in boxing, a lot of promotional issues, budgets. But in a perfect world, if you could choose, how many times a year would you fight?
I say like 4. You know, let me say, and give me 4 quarters. Give me, January. Give me like June, August, December.
Yo, we'd all love that. That would be great.
So what really stops the fighters from fighting that much? 4 times a year, maybe even 3 times a year.
I mean, in the beginning you could fight that much, but once you start getting those tougher fights and stuff like that, you become champion and all that. It's just like preserving yourself more. You fighting more rounds, and sometimes you might go the distance. So just really preserving yourself. Like say like the bigger fighters, they only fight sometimes like twice a year. It's because they got the belts and stuff. So they gotta. It's not even just the fighters. They gotta be moved the right way. You know what I mean? Because of the belts and all that.
Do it also become?
Do you feel like your body's good now? Like you could fight in 3 months again?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do it also become harder to negotiate with other fighters once you get to that level because they want too much money now because you're a bigger name?
It depends. It just depends. Some fighters I'll probably say so. Some don't.
All right, because we see like Shakur, he's having problems getting the fight. He said he's going down the line. So I'm wondering if like fighters want more money because he's a higher risk than he was.
Yeah,
so
I'll probably say so. When you fight somebody who tough, like somebody know you tough, they gonna outprice themselves, and because they know a person ain't gonna fight them.
Yeah. All right, what's good, A-Side? Go ahead.
Appreciate it again, Frank. Another question, just because I know you started boxing a little later. Obviously, we know you fight out of the southpaw position, but are you actually left-handed or are you a right-handed that fights southpaw?
No, I'm a true left-hander.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead, Art.
Okay. I didn't hear left the first time. So with the win over Rivera, you've practically put yourself in a position to be ready for a title shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if that doesn't come, let's say Devin Haney's got something going on, Tank's got something going on. Would you entertain a fight with someone like Edwin De Los Santos, who's on the same side of the street? He came off a good win. Would you entertain that fight or not really? Or you looking like past that already?
No, yeah, I entertain it. Don't he got a belt or something, like a little belt?
No. Edwin De Los Santos is the kid that beat Rayo.
Okay, yeah.
He beat Rayo, and it was like an upset, whatever. But he doesn't have a belt. He's actually ranked probably lower than you now, but he's somebody on the PBC side that people were excited about.
Hey, if I can't get them big guys, I gotta stay active. I can't just be sitting back waiting on them. You know what I mean? To get fights, that just slowed me down. So if I like a De Los Santos or whatever, yeah, that'd be a fight I entertain if everything on the business side makes sense.
Yeah. So let me ask you.
I'm trying to fight. A lot of guys get to waiting, be off for a year waiting for a fight and all that. Like, I gotta stay. I want to be active. I want to be more active.
Yeah. Now we see you and Rivera go at each other, which is something we don't often see, where you got like two young fighters undefeated on the road to a title shot, where they can easily just say we don't have to fight each other. We can wait for one of the champions. So since you got that win, how have things changed for you as far as the respect you getting in boxing and the fans and the media? How's that changed for you?
I mean, it's still cool. More people more people just like they get to see, like they got to see a little more. So they're like, okay, um, dude can do a little bit of he can do a little bit of everything. I feel like I got to showcase a little more this fight, and then with me going up against Rivera, taking that record, it's more people like tuned in, and I feel like too, with us both putting our O's on the line, people respect that too.
Yeah, that's big time respect. So, and I think more
Even on
fighters
his
need to
end,
do
you know
it
what I
because
mean?
it
Because
automatically gets
guys
you to
ain't
the
just
top.
taking these fights.
Automatically puts your name in the conversation.
What was
I
that?
said I think that's a risk more fighters need to take because it automatically puts your name in the conversation with the top fighters. Instead of fighting the guy, taking a longer route, you can automatically get put up there. And then there's no disrespect to Rivera. He lost, but, he could always bounce back. He's only, 23 years old. He could always bounce back and have a long and successful career, even after that loss.
Shit, man, for real, it's fighters with losses, man. They be tougher fighters than the undefeated fighters.
Yeah.
Like people be so locked in on the undefeated record. You know what I mean? Like it's guys who got 30 fights and all that and ain't really fought nobody. And then as soon as they go fight somebody that's really good, they get exposed. You know what I mean? And then you got these fighters who in the beginning of their careers took tough fights, but they got losses, and they sometimes they may pull an upset, sometimes they won't, but they gonna always put on a good a good fight.
Tevin Farmer comes to mind. Took some early losses against a good competition, bounced back, became a champion. So, it ain't nothing wrong with taking that risk. That's why we was really so hyped on this fight. See two guys taking that risk. It's rare to see that. All right, go ahead, Ace. Ron.
So Frank, I recall you a moment ago saying that you would preferably want to fight four times a year, and it seems as of late we hear more and more boxers saying that. Do you think that there's more of a changing of the guard with a certain generation of fighters that's coming up that are really anxious and more eager to be active more times and take chances?
Say that one more time.
Like as you said you wanted to fight like 4 times a year, and lately we hear a lot of boxers saying that too. Do you think that's a changing of the guard with some of the younger boxers that is coming up? Like they're more eager and anxious to take those risks like you took with Rivera?
I don't know, man. Some fighters just different. Some fighters want to fight, some don't. I'm one of them fighters that I like to be, more active just cause, you take them long layoffs and stuff, it's like you got to get back in the groove. Some fighters don't stay in shape all the time, like year round. So you got to get all the way back locked in and all of that. So what having like knowing, okay, you fighting 4 times, it just keep you more locked in and focused because like, okay, you got kind of like the dates you may be fighting in. So you really know comparative you fighting twice or one time a year, that's too much time to get off track and not stay focused.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Go ahead, Asad.
Hey, Frank, I want you to kind of walk us through like your transition from amateurs to professionals, and I mean specifically as far as your coaches. I mean, I know most of us seen the video where you dropping Virgil, so we know that you had a pretty decent amateur career. But when you was ready to go to pro, what made you, I guess, leave the coach that you was with to go pursue Derrick James, or was it just kind of like hey, it's just time to split from there?
So I just knew. Like when I had turned pro or whatever, I just needed like just world class training. I just needed better training. And I felt that would have been like my training would have been like if I wouldn't have got better training, that would have been I wouldn't have reached the ceiling. I wouldn't have reached like
it would have caught up to you.
Yeah, it would have caught up to me, so it was something that I had to, it was one of them things I just had to make an uncomfortable decision, but it was going to make me better, you know what I mean? So I ended up leaving and connecting with Derrick, man, and it's what I thought it would be, you know what I mean? Like now I'm not just fighting off my athleticism, in the beginning I was fighting on athleticism, hard work and determination, but really just like athleticism and stuff, you know, like with Derrick, man, it's the science, you know. He a teacher, so it's a lot different.
Yeah, Derrick, he's one of the best in the games when it comes to making
Yeah, man, he
adjustments.
the truth.
Listening to his corner instructions, man, the guy's good. Now, when you go in the gym, even though you know Derrick, like he's a trainer, whatever, but it's that extra motivation when you see Mel in the gym with 4 belts. You see Earl in the gym, he got 3 belts. Like how much does that push you? Like,
Man, it pushed me a lot. It pushed me a lot. You know, cause I'm coming up. You know, I'm coming up, and they already there. So always seeing them in the gym, man. This just got me locked in.
Okay. Boxing Barbecue, what's good?
What's going on, man? Hey, so another great space, Lefty. You know, I think if we get any quotes from this space, we'll be sure to give you the credit. But Frank, thanks for joining, man. So, kind of on Derrick James, I was watching an interview, and you know, he was asked the question, you know, hey, I hear you got your voice lately. You know, we can hear you yelling out there at your fighters, and he kind of responded. He doesn't yell at fighters, right? He talks to them, and he sees it as a partnership, and you know, he knows the fighter's personality. So outside of the sweet science piece, how about personally? What do you appreciate about Coach James that specifically works for you?
He keep all us level headed. You know what I mean? He got this thing about getting comfortable. You know, he don't never want us to get comfortable. You know what I mean? So he keep us sharp mentally. Even outside of training, he makes sure like we good mentally, like we on point with our focus and all that stuff too.
Thanks for sharing, and thanks for coming out to San Antonio 2 fights ago. You know, we were there, appreciated it.
Yeah, this is the second time, the first return guest we had. But I got a question from Peter. He said, in your post-fight interview, you said that there were some things you weren't happy about in your own performance. Can you? What were the things you were unhappy about in your performance?
It was just when you in there, I'm real big on, you know, myself, you know, so like I felt while I was in the ring that sometimes I may have like left a foot behind, like I ain't step all the way up, or you know what I mean, I ain't throw enough combinations, you know, just me being my own worst critic. You know, so at that time when they had asked me them questions, I couldn't even really tell them, but I just felt like I wasn't like all the way on point in there. You know what I mean? So that was that. I went back and watched the fight, and I see mistakes, but you know, it's I still can fix some stuff. But I was cool. I did better than what I thought.
Okay. We got another question from this one from T Word, the mic check. It said the pivot game seemed extra sharp in the fight. Was that because Rivera showed a vulnerability, or is it just a tool in the tool belt? Another tool in the tool belt.
Just one of them tools in the tool belt.
Just another tool in the tool belt. Yeah, it did look pretty good. Somebody said Cool Boy. Did Cool Boy try to get in here and ask a question? Did I miss it?
No, that was a
that was a fake account. Not a fake account, but like a support.
You just had it as an Abby. Yeah.
All right. So when you after the fight over, what you been doing up in Detroit? Gritty said he ran into you.
Man, I'm just up here kicking it with my pops, man. Spending time with him for the holidays.
What you buy? I know you spent that check on something nice, some buffs.
Nah, man, I ain't get no buffs. I was up there looking.
Just window shopping for a minute. You said you about to head to Fort Wayne?
Yeah.
You getting on the road because they had a big accident on down here in Ohio.
No, I'm
nasty one on 75.
Hopefully my flight don't get canceled.
Okay. All right, we got Trent. What's good, Trent?
What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
You good?
Hey, Frank, what's going on, man?
What's up with you?
Chilling. Hey, what you think the perfect 2020? What would your perfect 2023 be? Like after next year, if we speak again this time next year, how would 2023 go for you? In your perfect world?
I'm trying to have some belts in 23.
Okay, so that's the focus. 23 the belts.
Yeah. I definitely wanna have some belts in 23.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, ASAP.
That's good.
Hey, Frank, it's me again. No, but I want you to take us through your thought process. I feel like me just being 100 with you, I bet on an 11th round stoppage. It seemed like after you dropped him, it seemed like you could have got him out of there anytime you wanted. But it really seemed like you never left like second gear. Like you was, you know what I mean? Like you was beating him up, but it was like you never really stepped on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was it a reason for that, or you just wanted the rounds, or like talk about that?
No, so that being my first 12-round fight, you know what I mean? I was just really just like, I was just kind of conserving myself, you know, just in case if he would have came in, you know what I mean, like hot, you know, I'm still there. You know, I ain't overexert myself or gas myself out, you know what I mean? So I was just playing it, you know, I was just playing it cool. It was easy. The fight was it was easy. I had it like on cruise control. I could have stopped him if I would have pressed, but you know, a lot of times when you pressing, sometimes you may get caught with a shot or something. So I was really trying to have him press me and him run into a shot or something, but you know, that ain't come. So I just, you know, I was just coasting. I just chilled.
All right. Go ahead, Ari, and then we got JB's.
So one of I mean, I watch.
He said he got to get off, so he about to catch his flight. But yeah, that's perfect because my food about to be done too.
All right. Hey, listen, Frank, thank you so much for your time, man. Much appreciated, brother.
And good luck with your next fight, man. You got to unhit that speaker button again. Are you here? Good luck with your next fight.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks for joining us one more time. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.